12 Navy SEALs face 200 Viet Cong at night in thick Vietnamese jungle. The answer isn't what you think. This isn't a movie where 12 guys with better guns win because they're cooler or tougher. It's math, terrain, and 3 brutal variables: who detects first, how much distance you create, and whether fires can reach. Get one wrong, and mass wins every time. Vietnam War, dense jungle, night, humidity so thick your gear sweats. Canopy blocks moonlight. Visibility drops to arm's length without help. Sound carries weird footsteps at 50 meters, whispers at 10, grenades a kilometer away. Your SEAL element has 12 operators. 2 squads, CAR-15s and M16S, 1 Stoner 63 or M60 light machine gun, 1 M79 Grenadier slinging 40mm rounds, M18A1 Claymore mines, PRC-25 radio, 1 AN PVS-2 Starlight scope, the first-gen night vision that looks like a telescope bolted to your rifle. Extraction by helicopter or boat, if the terrain cooperates. Across from you, roughly 200 Viet Cong, company-sized AK-47s and SKS rifles, RPD and RPK light machine guns, RPG-22 and RPG-7 rocket launchers, 60mm and 82mm mortar, limited radios, experienced at-night movement, skilled at ambush, masters of the hugging tactic closing distance so fast that American air support and artillery become suicide to call in. Here's the myth everyone believes. Night equals automatic US victory. Better tech, better training. First-gen optics, air support on call, artillery registered. But that myth dies in thick jungle. The Starlight scope helps until canopy blocks your second line. Flares help until mist turns them into silhouettes that mark your position. Air support helps until the enemy hugs close, and you can't call strikes without killing your own. Artillery helps until terrain blocks line of sight and registration grids go stale. The real decider isn't gadgets, it's detection. Who sees who first? Who fires first? Who controls the geometry of the fight in the first 10 seconds? Because after that, it compresses fast. 3 outcomes exist for this fight. Only 3. Everything else is fantasy. Outcome A. The SEALs set a deliberate ambush and execute a planned break of contact. They pick the ground, a narrow trail, a stream edge, tight channelized terrain where the VC have to bunch. 6 to 12 claymores and placed 15 to 25 meters off the kill zone. Remote detonators, overlapping arcs. The point element walks into the zone. Boom. Simultaneous detonation. 700 steel balls per claymore at 60-degree fans. Primary kill zone out to 50 meters. Danger space beyond 100. 10 to 30 seconds of follow-up fire from the LMG and 40mm grenades. Smoke, flare, immediate displacement to a rally point. Artillery called onto the kill zone and likely pursuit corridors. Helo or boat exfil, if terrain allows. Likely SEAL casualties, 0 to 2 killed or wounded. VC casualties, dozens in the initial volley. More under indirect fire during pursuit. Outcome B. Meeting engagement. Neither side planned it. Contact is sudden. Starlight and fire discipline give the SEALs first shots, but the terrain compresses in seconds. If the SEALs peel off axis and break contact within minutes, survival is probable. 1, 2, 3 SEAL casualties. VC losses 10 to 30 depending on how fast pursuit develops and how well the terrain supports maneuver. Outcome C. The VC set the ambush. The SEALs are canalized, encircled. The VC hug immediately close within 25 meters and negate air and artillery. Now it's attritional, close range, grenades, rifles, RPGs. At point blank, the SEALs must create space, -20-5 to 50 meters, using reverse claymores, grenades, smoke, push fires outward. If they can't make that space, catastrophic outcome is probable. Element overrun or captured. The blunt answer, with initiative, planned egress, and fires. The 12 survive and the 200 bleed. Without those, mass wins. So how does a winning SEAL ambush actually work? It starts with ground selection. You don't fight fair. You find terrain that forces the enemy into a fatal funnel. A narrow trail through triple canopy jungle. A stream crossing where footing slows movement. A choke point where 200 men compress into a column 3 meters wide. That's your kill zone. The setup is simple, but precise. You emplace 6 to 12 M18A1 Claymore mines. Each claymore sits 15 to 25 meters off the trail, angled to cover overlapping sectors. The mine is a curved rectangle, 1.7 pounds of C4 explosive behind 700 steel balls. When it detonates, those balls spray outward in a 60-degree fan. Primary kill zone extends to 50 meters. Danger space beyond 100. On a 3-meter trail, that's total coverage, overlapping death. You position your squad in an L shape or linear ambush. The LMG Stoner 63 or M60 covers the long axis. The Grenadier positions to drop 40mm rounds on the rear of the formation. Riflemen cover flanks and provide security. Everyone has pre-designated sectors of fire, primary and secondary. Rally points are pre-brief. Escape routes confirmed. Artillery is pre-registered on likely pursuit corridors. Radio brevity codes rehearsed. You wait. The VC point element enters the kill zone. You let them. You wait for the main body. You want maximum density, maximum bodies in the fan. Then you detonate. Not one claymore, all of them simultaneously. Remote fired from your position. The math is brutal. 6 claymores times 700 steel balls equals 4,200 projectiles in the same instant, across a 60-degree arc, into a packed column. The lead squad disintegrates. The sound is a single crack that echoes for seconds. The main body behind stops. Confusion, screaming, dust, and smoke. That's your window. 10 seconds, maybe 20. You open with the LMG sustained bursts down the trail. The M79 Grenadier starts dropping 40mm high explosive rounds on the rear. Riflemen pour fire into pre-designated sectors. This isn't suppression, this is volume. You're not trying to pin them. You're trying to create shock and maximize casualties before they recover and rush your position. 15 seconds in, you pop smoke. Mark your position for extract or concealment depending on plan. You throw a flare marks the kill zone for any air or artillery inbound. Then you move. Immediate displacement. No hesitation. You peel back to the rally point. Pre-planned, rehearsed, casualty drag, hierarchy already assigned. If someone's hit, 2 men grab and go. No stopping. 60 seconds after detonation, you're displaced. 3 to 5 minutes after first shot, artillery starts impacting the kill zone and pursuit routes. Timed fuses, VT fuses, if the canopy allows. The VC who survived the claymores now take indirect fire as they try to reorganize or pursue. 10 to 20 minutes after initiation, you're at your exfil point. Helo or boat, gone. That's outcome A. It works because you picked the ground. You set the terms. You hit first. You left fast. The VC never closed. They never hugged. They never forced a close-range brawl where 200 beats 12, but that's only if you choose the time and place. If you don't, the fight changes fast. Alright, let's break down the Hollywood myth of the perfect ambush. Forget the prepared ground, the preset claymores, and the perfectly registered artillery. Imagine this instead, 12 Navy SEALs moving through the dense jungle at night. And somewhere out there 200 Viet Cong are doing the exact same thing. Suddenly, contact, it's unplanned. Chaotic, a head-on collision, in the dark. This is where the whole idea of night supremacy gets a harsh reality check. The SEALs have one critical advantage, the NPV's to Starlight scope. It's first-generation night vision. Basically an amplifier for whatever light it can find: moon, stars, anything that filters through the thick canopy. Out in the open, it's a game changer. But in the triple canopy jungle, it's barely effective. Humidity fogs the lens, the leaves block the light, and your ID range drops to maybe 50 meters on a good night, 20 on a bad one. Still, it's an edge the VC don't have. They're relying on pure skill, sound, discipline, and incredible patience. So, the SEAL point man spots movement first. Maybe, he gives a silent signal, and the patrol freezes. But getting a positive ID takes precious seconds. In that time, the VC might have heard a rustle, seen a shadow, or even smelled the different soap the Americans used. The first shots erupt, and chaos takes over. Immediate action drills are everything now. If it's a near ambush, inside 25 meters, the drill is simple. Grenades first. Everyone throws. You're creating violent space, then you either assault through or peel away. But the real nightmare is getting pinned down. The VC don't fight by setting up a static line and trading fire. They maneuver fast. Small groups flank left and right, while their main force lays down suppressive fire. Their goal is to close the distance, to get inside that 25-meter bubble and hug the American unit. Once they're that close, your biggest advantages disappear. You can't call in artillery when you don't know who's where. You can't call for gunships when friend and foe are tangled together under the jungle canopy. Air support is useless without clear targets. The SEALs know this, so their priority is to break contact immediately. Grenades to suppress, smoke to obscure, and the machine gun lays down a heavy base of fire to keep heads down. The rest of the team peels back, leapfrogging in pairs. One team moves while the other provides cover. It's a rehearsed, automatic dance, moving at an angle, trying to break the geometry of the encirclement before it can fully form. But ammunition vanishes fast. A single machine gun can burn through hundreds of rounds in under a minute. If the radio operator gets hit, you're isolated. If a man is wounded, it takes 2 more to carry him. Your small team just got smaller and slower. That initial moment of detection buys you mere seconds. How you use those seconds determines whether you walk out of that jungle or get swallowed by it. Outcome C is the nightmare. The VC set the ambush. The SEALs walk into it. Now the numbers flip every advantage. The VC picked the ground. They're in position, they waited. They achieved surprise. And when they initiate, they do it at close range. 20 meters? 15. Close enough that the first volley hits before you can react. Close enough that hugging happens in seconds. Maybe it's a trail junction. Maybe it's a stream crossing where movement slows. Maybe it's a pre-scouted patrol route. The VC watched for days. They know you use it. They set interlocking fields of fire, RPD, and RPK machine guns on the flanks. The K's in depth RPGs positioned to hit any rally attempt. Mortar registered on likely egress routes. When they open up, it's coordinated, simultaneous. The point man goes down, then the slack. The column compresses. Confusion incoming from 3 sides. Immediate action for near ambush is grenades and assault through top, but assaulting through 200 entrenched VC is suicide. So the drill shifts. Reverse. You throw grenades toward the nearest threat. You detonate any claymores you recarrying in reverse facing outward from your position instead of set in ambush mode. The goal is one thing. Create 25 to 50 meters of space. Enough distance that you can call fires without killing yourself. The SEALs start pushing outward. Grenades. 40 millimeters from the M79. Short violent bursts from rifles. Smoke grenades to obscure. The RTO is screaming grid coordinates into the PRC-25, trying to get artillery or gunships inbound. But the VC know this playbook. They press, they don't let the gap open. Small teams rush through the smoke. AK fire at point blank. RPGs into suspected SEAL positions. The close fight is attritional. Your training and optics don't matter at arm's length. It's who has more guns and more Viet. If the SEALs can push the VC back, create that critical bubble of space, the radio call goes through. Artillery gets cleared. Fire mission. Adjust fire. Proximity to friendlies declared. The first round's impact. E high explosive. Timed fuses if the canopy allows. V terrible time fuses detonate above ground and spray shrapnel down. The VC taking the brunt are forced back. Now the gap exists. The SEALs consolidate. Reload. Grab casualties. Push toward the exfil vector. But if the space doesn't materialize, the VC maintain hug and the artillery on TV called attrition takes over. 12 versus 200 in close terrain is math you lose. Ammunition runs out. Casualties mount. The element gets fixed in place. Encircled. Overrun. Catastrophic. Edge cases make it worse. Moon phase matters. No moon means even starlight is marginal. Overcast kills it completely. Mist or rain turns flares into backlit silhouettes that mark your position instead of theirs. Triple canopy versus secondary growth changes, grenade fragmentation patterns, and radio line of sight. The terrain you're in when contact happens isn't the terrain you chose. And if the VC have mortar registered and drop rounds into the kill zone while you're still inside it, cover vanishes. The brutal lesson, in a close encirclement without space for fires, the side with 200 wins. Training can't overcome mass at bad range. The SEAL's only path is violence to create distance, then leverage fires to survive. So who wins? 12 SEALs or 200 Viet Cong at night in the jungle? The answer depends entirely on who controls 3 variables: detection, distance, and fires. Outcome: a deliberate SEAL, ambush with planned break, contact favors the SEALs heavily. They pick the kill zone. Place 6 to 12 claymores across a narrow trail. Wait for maximum VC density. Detonate simultaneously. 4,200 steel balls in a 60-degree fan shred the lead element in 1 second. Follow with 10 to 20 seconds of LMG and 40 mm grenades. Pop smoke. Displace immediately to the rally point. Call artillery onto the kill zone and pursuit routes. Exfil by helo or boat. SEAL casualties. 022 killed or wounded. VC casualties. Dozens in the initial blast, more under indirect fire during reorganization. The SEALs survived because they set the terms and left before mass could respond. Outcome: B meeting engagements closer. Neither side planned it. Contact is sudden. The starlight scope and fire discipline give the SEALs first shots. But terrain compresses fast. If the SEALs execute immediate action, drills grenades to create space. Base of fire, peel off axis sand, break contact within 2 to 3 minutes. Survival is probable. SEAL casualties, 1 to 3. VC casualties, 10 to 30, depending on terrain and how aggressively the VC pursue. The deciding factor is whether the SEALs can maneuver before the VC achieve hug. If they can, fires and discipline win. If they can't, numbers start to matter. Outcomes: CVC ambush with close encirclement heavily favors the VC. They picked the ground. They initiated at close range. They hug immediately to negate air and artillery. The SEALs must fight out. Grenades, reverse claymores. Smoke, violence of action to push the VC back 25 to 50 meters. Only then can fires be called. If that space is created, the SEALs can survive and extract under covering artillery. If not, the VC maintain pressure and keep the range tight. Attrition takes over. 12 guns versus 200 at bad range is math you lose. Catastrophic outcome becomes probable. The timeline for outcome A looks like this. T equals 0. Claymore detonation. T plus 15 seconds. LMG and 40 mm follow-up fire. T plus 60 seconds. Displacement to rally point complete. T plus 3 to 5 minutes. Artillery impacting kill zone and pursuit corridors. T plus 10 to 20 minutes. Exfil by helo or boto. Total engagement time from first shot to wheels up. Under 20 minutes. The blunt rule is this. With initiative, prepared egress, and access to fires, 12 SEALs survive and 200 VC bleed. The force multipliers, claymores, night optics, radio, pre-registered artillery turn a numerical disadvantage into a tactical win. But strip those away. Let the VC set the terms. Let them hug and negate support. then mass wins. Training and tech can't overcome 200 rifles at 20 meters in thick jungle. Night doesn't automatically favor the Americans. First-gen optics help. Discipline helps. But the jungle kills visibility. Terrain dictates geometry. And the side that detects first, creates distance, and calls fires first is the side that walks out. If you want more tactical breakdowns like this, hit subscribe. Drop a comment with the matchup you want analyzed. Next historical, modern, hypothetical, whatever. I'll run the numbers and show you who actually wins. No Hollywood. Just math, terrain, and doctrine. Subscribe so you don't miss it.